Hey, bud.
Hey, Mike. So you go by Mike, right? Not Michael.
Yeah, Mike. Mike's fine.
Okay, Mike. Well, of course, this is the first time, so work out the bugs.
Yeah.
Um, we're supposed to have just about three or four more, so
Okay.
even no matter what, I'm happy that you're here. Even if it's just me and you. So what? We have a cup of coffee together, chit chat.
All right.
So
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, bud.
my pleasure, Mike. Okay, here's somebody else
Okay.
in the waiting room. Okay, so you're in definite Tagalog territory for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes,
Mike, how about you? Where are you at?
I'm in the States. I'm in Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, East
I'm
Coast.
Mike.
Hey, how are you? Was it
I'm
Mark?
fine.
Mark, right?
Mark. Yes, Mark.
All right. Nice to meet you, Mark.
Yeah.
And I actually, my wife and I have a home on the family plot in Bajan, Cebu, which is not too south of Malboal. I don't know if you know where that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a southern part.
Yeah,
The
southern
reason
coast.
I know that is because I lived, and you may know this, but I lived in Dalaget, which is just across the island, almost straight across from Malboal.
Yes. I've heard that story in one of your videos. Yeah, it is actually. My wife made that comment that we actually were watching your videos on the smart TV last week. And, she made that comment actually. It's kind of on the other side of the mountains.
So
The other coast.
you're in Cebuano territory, actually. But,
Yeah, I'm very interested in learning Cebuano actually. More
okay,
so.
well, you know what? I wanna start off by saying, kind of clearing up the differences between Cebuano and Tagalog. First of all, my experience when I met my wife, it was in Tagalog territory. It was in Luzon, up north. That's where I was stationed. And I've always been interested in languages. So I said, "What? I don't even know what language you people speak anyway." Oh, you don't need to know. We speak English, and I'm saying to myself, I'm going to learn your language, Mister. I don't care, in spite of discouragement. So it turns out it was Tagalog, and so Gloria, that's her. Even though she's from the Cebuano area, she was up there for so long, in Manila area so long, and in the States so long that she almost forgot completely her Cebuano. But that was another thing I told myself after I moved here in Cebuano territory that I'm going to try to learn Cebuano. But I'll tell you something about Cebuano. I know this is a Tagalog class, but Tagalog is going to be easier than Cebuano. A guy once told me, and I believe it, and I'll repeat it, that Cebuano is like trying to shoot a moving target. How do you say this in Cebuano? Well, you say it this way, but sometimes you say it this way, and it all depends. Sometimes you say it this way. Oh man! So it's tough, but you'll get it, and I'm getting it slowly. But I feel more comfortable speaking Tagalog because I've been with Gloria for so long, and also this is my first class here, so I'm not sure how everything's going to turn out. But I got a little whiteboard here. Where did it go?
Can't see it with the
because of the okay
screen.
Well, now I know. And I'm wondering why I'm seeing you, Mike, on my main screen. And how do I get? And me and Mark are on the side stream. How did that happen? I wonder. I mean, that's fine. That doesn't make a difference to me. But now I'm not. And if you're familiar with,
that was my bad.
Yeah. Okay. If you're familiar with this Zoom, I'm not that familiar with it. I've joined, but I've never hosted a Zoom recording. So.
So if you go to the top right corner, you might see something that says "View." Do you see that? I don't know.
Not mute chat. Bud host.
That would be at the bottom. The mute and chat is on that main bar, but there's another corner. I have a view option. I'm on a PC. I don't know what your platform is, but But anyhow, when I'm in the view, I can see like there's a speaker view option, a gallery view option, and a full screen option.
Well, I don't even see the word view. But anyway, I want to go on because it makes neither here nor there as far as that goes. So if you know a Venn diagram, it's two circles that intersect.
Right.
And that's the way the Filipino language is in relation between Tagalog and Cebuano. Here's Tagalog, here's Cebuano. If it was like this, they would have nothing in common. But since they're kind of like this, they overlap a little bit. That means some words, maybe 20%, are the same words. So even though this is a Tagalog class, I'll let you know that when it's also, it's also a Cebuano word. So you can, you get a 2 for 1 on some words. Like the word thank you. Probably you guys know that already, but it's salamat. And when I first heard it, naturally I thought, oh, sound like salami, salamat. And it is. And so, that's one of these words that, you use all the time. Well, that's a 2 for 1. That's Tagalog and Bisaya. And, but the strange part is you're welcome is completely different. Cebuano and Tagalog, completely different for your welcome. And that brings me to the point that I wanted to say. I want to give you guys some tools that I use that really accelerated my learning, still does, because I'm learning other languages too. And let me just go ahead. I wish I had a whiteboard here, but anyway, there's a chat thing I can write down. There's 2 tools that I use. Close, minimize, pop out. What? Oh, type message here. Okay. The first one, and maybe you guys have it, maybe you don't. I don't know. Audacity.com. Are you familiar with Audacity?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, both of you are?
Oh, no. I thought you meant the word.
Oh, right. The word. Yeah. It's the same. Sorry.
Audacity being like an audio tool.
Exactly. It's an audio recorder.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the thing hey, I got Mark.
Yes.
You're on the big screen now. How did that happen?
Oh.
Okay, you've got it set to the speaker view. So, well, it should be whoever's speaking is on the big picture. Am I wrong?
Oh, you're on. Yeah, you're on now. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's besides me, but I don't need to see myself. Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Brown, sir.
Yeah.
I just want to mention also for our class, I do know a few words. But I don't know how to speak like sentences and,
sure.
and conjunction and all that stuff.
Right.
I just know a few words here and there.
Right.
And that's how I pretty much get by. But sorry to interrupt.
No. That's what we're going to get into. Now, this first class, it's not going to be that well. I wanted it to be about an hour. Now, I know that, of course, I'm a talker and maybe you guys are too. Things could go a lot longer. But there's an old expression in show business, leave them wanting more. So it's better that we cut it a little bit short than we cut it too long. Otherwise, our attention is going to wander. So I got about 10 after 8 here. I want to go till about 9. We'll see how it goes. And since there's only a couple of y'all, then we should cover a lot of ground. Okay, now this program, Audacity, Mark, you can go to, I don't know, can you see my chat there where I wrote down audacity.com?
On your email?
No, on that, there's a chat part of this.
I saw it, but it went away.
Okay, well, anyway,
I just write it down.
Yeah, AUDA City. CITY.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. I got it.
go there after this is over, I guess, and
Okay.
download the program. It's a free program. You know, if it's
Okay.
free, I'll take 2 of them.
Yes, sir.
So that program, normally it is for somebody maybe talking into it, or you have a file that you want to have edited. But I learned, and it was one of the greatest things I learned, especially for language learning, that you can take this program and you can tweak it. And I'm going to show you how to tweak it to make it record everything that is records the audio of everything that's on your computer. So if you're watching a video, Tagalog or whatever, then it will record the audio of that, and then you can go back and listen to it again and again and again. And that is one of the secrets of learning a language. Now, it may sound counterintuitive, but to be able to speak, you've got to be able to listen a lot. And the topic of children learning a language versus an adult learning a language. Children have all the time in the world to learn a language, and so they'll hear maybe the word come here or go there or pick. So they learn how to listen and understand before they start speaking. If you've if you all have children or had children, they may be 1.5 years old or 2. Don't say anything, maybe dad, mama, but you say, hey, pick up your toys and go take it to your room. They'll understand it, because they listening and understanding always comes first. And my gripe with language classes that they want you to start speaking first. How can you start speaking when you don't really know what it sounds like,
Yes, sir.
So if I'm learning a new word or a new phrase, I'll listen to it. And there's a way, and I think maybe when I finish talking, if I can show you, there's a share screen. I don't know if I can use that or not, but I'll try. How you take a phrase, and I believe in learning in phrases, not individual words. And I mean, you learn like, where is the bathroom? Learn where is the, and then you substitute bathroom or, store or whatever you want to know. So on Audacity, well, man, I wish I could do that. Maybe once I get familiar with this, I can actually go on my computer. Let me see what happens if I push share screen. Mike, are you familiar with this?
Yes. So like, do you have something open that you want to share, or?
I want to go to, my Audacity program is what I want to do.
Okay, so I don't recall exactly what the screen says, but when you hit share screen, it should open up like a white screen for you.
Right, yes.
And it can show you things that are open on your computer right now, maybe. You see it?
Yeah. Right now I'm going to open up the Audacity and see if it pops up.
From that white screen, yeah, do that. And then maybe if you refresh it, go back and share screen again, maybe you'll see it then.
Oh, okay. Well, I just opened up Audacity, and then I'll, you know what? It says share. I don't want to share everything. I just want to.
Does it highlight the little like blue around the box of what you're going to share?
Well, what's blue around the box is the Zoom meeting. Zoom meeting. But let's just see. Oh, okay. I tapped that. That's my Audacity program. It's surrounded in blue. Let me see. It says share. I'm going to push the share button.
Yeah, that should do it. There you go.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
You got it.
Oh my gosh. I may not know everything, but I have friends that know everything. That's important. All right. So
This
this
is a little different. I'm used to an older version.
oh, well, this is free. You can well,
Yeah.
there
No,
probably
it's
is
similar, very similar from what I remember.
okay. There's probably an update.
Yeah.
But whatever, you know more. Here's the thing, and I don't know how y'all are gonna. Well, I know how because this is being recorded. All right, this is being recorded, so you can come back and look at this. But there's two things you need to check. You need to change when you first get Audacity. It's going to be set for you to record and this and that. But this is how you set it to capture anything on the internet. And here we go. Up here, can you see it where it says Wasapi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but you need to change it to where it says Wasapi. See, there's different things. It says MME, Windows Direct Sound. You want to go to Wasapi. I've already got it set there. So that's number one. Change that far left little thing to Wasapi. There's only one more thing to do. Right next to it, it says speakers, audio, snowball. That's my thing that I'm recording right now. It says loops or loop. That's what you want. Now, this is what I'll show you the beauty of this baby. I'm going to go to YouTube, and hopefully this will be on my YouTube. My friend passed away. Let's see. Learn Tagalog. Okay, are you seeing what's on my screen?
Yes.
No, we're seeing the Audacity. Well, that's what I'm seeing.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing the Audacity.
Oh, okay. Wow. I just went to. Okay. I just went to something else.
So you're still sharing the Audacity. You have to stop
Oh, golly.
to see something else.
Oh, stop
Sharing.
share. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I'm going to share again, probably share screen.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm getting the hang of this.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so I put in there up here, learn Tagalog.
Yep.
Now there's some good things, YouTube, and there's some not so good. My suggestion is go to one of these. Now there's one lady here, she's pretty good. The only thing is, they go fast.
No way.
Oh man, they'll say, good morning, magandang umaga. Good afternoon, magandang hapon. How are you? Kumusta ka? Where are you going? Saan ka papunta? I'm saying, wait, hold on here. Yeah. So how are you going to learn? So that's when my Audacity program comes in. So I'm going to put here, I'm going to click this. Get out of the commercial. Come on. See, I'm an old man, so that's why they put insured gold for the ad will end, and some reason the thing stopped. I don't know if it's my. And by the way, while we're waiting, the internet comes and goes here in Dumagetti, and it seems to have a fairly good internet now. But if I suddenly black out, then that's the internet has not come. So maybe because autoplay. Okay, here we are. Oh, be quiet. Yeah. Dang.
Nothing's free.
Okay. So before, I should have done it just before she started, but this is how I'm going to capture what she says in Tagalog, and I'll record it. So I go to my Audacity. Okay, you see Audacity, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, remember, I got to set it wasabi here and loop here. I don't know what that does, but I know it works, and that's all I care about. And now, whatever is going to be on my computer, which in this case, it's this lady talking, I'm going to record her. Look, I push record.
Okay.
It's not recording anything, but once she starts talking, it'll be recording.
Oh.
So stop the share. Now I'm going to go back to her. Okay, now I'm just gonna catch maybe 2 or 3 phrases. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that business. Now stop share. And I'm going to go back to, because the Audacity is still recording.
Hmm.
So I go back, stop. And now I'm going to delete all this stuff that I want just what she captured, just what she said. Okay, this is what she says right here. Can you see that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to get all the advertisement stuff. I want to get just what she said. So I click there. Okay, so that means right here. She's saying the whole phrase, I mean the whole dialogue, and then she's breaking it down. But she's still. Okay, I'm gonna just do the very first thing she said. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Probably you guys know that already, but this is just an example of how to listen to it. So here, I highlighted it. Now, here is the big secret. Mike, you're familiar, you're more familiar with computers. You may know this, but I didn't know it. After I highlight something, like a phrase, ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? I want to hear that maybe 50 times, because a child, they'll hear it thousands of times before they actually get it. But they hear it, how do I say, in a random way. We're going to hear it in a condensed way. So we're going to take 2 years of hearing this phrase, and we're going to put it into about a minute. So if this thing, and there's a study on this that shows that hearing, and then when you speak, you're going to have a good pronunciation. And says you're running out of time.
No, it's been upgraded to unlimited.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I saw it also.
Yikes.
That's right.
Okay.
You're good, bud.
Oh my God.
It used to be like an hour session on the free version, but with the COVID, they changed their policy, and it's just kind of letting you know you can go beyond the hour.
Okay. It may be worth it for me to go ahead and do a premium. I don't know what's $10 a month or so. But anyway, this the study has shown that after you hear something like 50 or 60 times, kind of like hearing a song, it'll just come out easily. And I've used this example, and I don't know if you guys have seen the video on it, where there's a town here. When people read it, Americans, expats, they read it like English. And so they'll say, Bacalod, Bacalod. Yeah, go up to Bacalod, Bacalod. And then it's pronounced Bacolod. But, if you're trying to read, or like Tagalog. Oh, I'm learning Tagalog. You're learning Tagalog? But once you've heard Tagalog and Tagalog and Tagalog, once you learn these phrases the right way, then when somebody says it, or, you'll say, yeah, in your mind, you're going to say, I don't think that's right. But anyway, going back to this, I highlighted it. If I push Shift and space, look what happens. Hands free.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
I try to listen for 5 minutes, and I know, and I know if say it takes a second, right? So there's 60 seconds in a minute. So in 1 minute, you heard it 60 times. In 5 minutes, you've heard it 300 times. So now this, of course, is a very simple one, but if you other phrases, if you listen to it and you have the patience to, and even if you get bored, who cares? I set my timer. I set my iPhone timer 5 minutes, and I'll hear, ¿Cómo está acá? ¿Cómo está acá? ¿Cómo está acá? ¿Cómo está acá? That's okay, because part of language learning and part of fluency is hearing it so much that you don't even think about it. It just boom comes out.
Right.
So that's a big secret I'm happy to share. Audacity, and then repeating on Audacity. Now, Audacity.com, or whatever this program is, it's a tool. And I got to thinking about this. You can record anything, songs, anything on the internet. You can record it by downloading Audacity, putting this tab on Wasapi, and putting this one on loop. And then you press record, and whatever is on your computer, it's going to record it. So any questions about that? Or
no, not for me. I think I got it.
I got it. I'm kind of used to Audacity in a minor sense, a minor degree. I work for a school department, and I do technology.
Oh, good for you.
I had to work with it for a Chinese class before, so I got the right context already.
Okay. Well, were you familiar with those settings and how it'll record?
No, because I don't use it. It was more a matter of configuring it, installing it, and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And just some tweaks.
So what you're saying is that you learned something from Mr. B.
I did.
All right, my day has been fulfilled. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was there's another tool, and maybe you guys know it, but it was new to me. And man, once I found it, it opened up a whole new ball game, and that is, and I'm going to type it here in chat. Clip Grabber, I believe it's called. Clip Grab. Clipgrab.com. Clip Grab. Mike, are you familiar with that?
Not at all.
Or Mark? Okay.
Never heard of it.
What it is, now, when I listened to that lady, speaking Tagalog, I got her audio. This grabs the whole clip, the whole video.
Oh, okay.
Free, of course, which is even better.
Wow.
So if somebody is giving a lesson that I want to, listen to over and over, I'll grab that clip, and then I have a folder in my computer, and I'll just save it to that folder. And that way you don't need the internet, on your off time. You just go to that folder and do another. And a lot of times in my videos, as you know, my videos are just my daily life. I kind of skim over the language part, and I just say, okay, I've been studying language. Well, that's one of the things that I do. I go to these folders. I'll have a so-called listening time, listening practice. Now listen to these phrases over and over. And another one, I go to clip grab where I save the grab, and I grab where I save the clip and go over these lessons again. So those are two things in this first class that I mainly wanted to get across, these two tools, Audacity and clipgrab.com. So, and all you do, share time. All right. I forgot about it. I'll just share what I've got here. So share screen, and I'm going to go to the bottom. I think it's called a toolbar. I go to clip grabber.
Is it clip grabber, Bud?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Clip grab.
Clip grab.
Grab.com. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, the .com. I was getting some kind of bogus website with .com, but I did find clip.
Oh, sorry. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. .org. I'm sorry about that.
.org.
.org.
Right.
Yeah. I'm glad you're there to keep me straight.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one. I found the German one. This is the right one. Okay, I see.
Okay. Now what I want to share what it looks like after you download it. So, this is fun. I'm learning so much. Thank you guys for letting me learn. There you go. That's clip grab.
Clip grab.
Yeah. So Mark, what do you got there?
That's good. That's clip grab.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Now, it's pretty self-explanatory, but there's only two settings that I use. The download, that's where I'm going to put the URL of the clip or the video that I want to download. And the settings is basically where do you want to, say, I got mine here, Swahili numbers. So, and I'm going to just go ahead and that lady that we were listening to. Now, here's the thing. Well, this is going to be unlisted. It's not going to be public, so I can talk about this part. I'm not sure the legality of taking somebody's video. So if you catch me on that, I'll deny it. But even myself, you can take any videos that I've made and put it in your own. I think the only ones of mine that are worth saving is the language learning ones. The daily life, that's not worth saving. But so I'm going to take the lady. Where did she go? Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the URL, which is, you see her, right? You see the lady?
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this is the URL of her. So I'm going to Control C, which is to copy it. And now I'm going to go back to what did I say? Clip grab. And I'm going to put that, and I put Control V, and that's her thing. Now, at this point, I don't need to use the settings or where it's going to go, but I'm going to, here, can you see this? Grab this clip.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens, it takes a little while, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, before this pops up. And then it tells you it's ready to go. So click it. Can you see the other pop-out window there? Or
Right.
not? Okay, then I'm just gonna put save there. And it only takes like 10, 15 seconds, depending on how big the video is. So let me give it a few seconds more. Look how it's going. Well, I guess we don't need to wait till it's all downloaded. But anyway, you got the idea.
Got it.
And then wherever you saved it, go back there. And like I say, when it's, you don't need the internet. Let's see.
Can I ask you a question, Bud?
Sure.
But yeah, when you play it back, the format that it saves it at, do you have to play it in Clip Grabber, or you can just
No,
play
no,
it as a
no.
generic format?
Clip Grabber would just take it, put wherever you want it, and it'll just like copy it, a clean copy. You don't have to go through Clip Grabber or grab.
Oh, good.
Clip
All
Grabber.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's another, to me, that's a jewel of a tool. I mean, come on,
Yes, I agree.
any video in the internet, you can, well, now hold on here, Mr. B. It's gotta be a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I got carried away. YouTube
The excitement
video.
of it all.
Yeah. So, I mean, that covers a lot anyway.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
on this first class, I wanted to, we are going to get into some Tagalog phrases, but mainly I wanted to emphasize listening a lot. And I wanted to give you guys these two tools, audacity.com and how to record from your computer, and clipgrab.org. And, you know, you
Okay.
saw how I did that. And also, I'm assuming you can come back to this video that we're doing right now. And like I say, it's supposed to be recording, and I have your emails. I'll give you an unlisted URL for this video, because I don't want it to be I don't want it to be public.
I understand.
just for the in crowd or little group. Okay, now I want to get into Tagalog. When I first start learning a language, the first thing that I do is learn what they call ritualized dialogues. I mean, it's a ritual. This person says this person says that, like good morning, good morning. And for many reasons, but one of the reasons, it's scary to try to talk to somebody in another language. So to minimize the risk, you say dialogues that you know pretty much what they're going to say. How are you? Fine. How about you? Fine. Thank you. You're welcome. Those things, that's what I try to learn first. And it gives me incentive and motivation and inspiration that, hey, this works. You know, when I say good morning and they answer good morning, all right, you know, it's not just a game, it's an actual, or if it is a game, they know how to play it too, you know. So I'm going to start off with good morning. And even though in Tagalog, it seems kind of like a long word, a complicated word, but if you break it down and practice it, it'll come out fluently. And the phrase is magandang umaga. Now, I don't want to write it right now because I would rather you listen to it first, and then, you know, eventually you can read it. So if somebody were to say to me, and I say, how do you say good morning? And they say magandang umaga, I would say, whoa, hold on, what? You know, that's two. And that's it. So I start off with the last word, ga, maga, umaga. So to say, actually, literally, the words are beautiful early, but the idea is good morning. So to say good morning, we're going to go backwards. And I'd like to say it. And if you guys could say it, just to give you, you may know this already, but just for practice and to make the teacher feel better. So say ga, ga,
Ga.
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 G-A, ga, ga. And maga, maga.
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 And then umaga.
Umaga.
Maga.
There you go, umaga. So that part is the second half of the greeting, umaga. So I would either listen to that one word many times, umaga, 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 until it comes out fluently. And now the first word, and this happens a lot in Tagalog, there's a word, beautiful means maganda. And you may call your wives or girlfriends, maganda. Hey, maganda, how you doing? Just to say beautiful. That's what I used to do. But when you put some adjectives before a word, in this case, they usually have what they call a linking sound or a linking particle. It's a magandang umaga, magandang umaga. Why? A lot of times in languages, we can't just ask why. It is what it is, So I would say let's practice the word for beautiful, and we won't put the linker yet, but we will. So maganda is the last syllable is da. So repeat da.
Da.
Da. Da.
Ganda.
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 Maganda.
Maganda.
Okay, beautiful. Oh, that pun was not intended, but that was a good one. It means beautiful. Oh, man. So maganda. And so you may want to record it or hear on these videos that you get on Clip Grabber or Audacity. Maganda, maganda, maganda. Now to put them together, it's magandang umaga, magandang umaga. So can you shoot for that whole phrase? Magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga.
Perfect.
Magandang umaga.
Perfect. That's awesome. You guys probably knew that already, but anyway, it makes me feel better. So magandang umaga is good morning. And that's one of the things, like I'm telling you, it's a ritualized, dialogue. And by the way, learning a language, I'm looking at my time, learning a language, it can be overwhelming. It's too much. There's no way. No, yeah. The whole thing is too much, but you can take little pieces at a time that are easy. You start with little small pieces, like they say, eat the elephant just one bite at a time,
Yes.
So don't be intimidated and think that you have to learn the whole language. You start off with good morning, magandang umaga. And then the answer, they'll say, and there's a couple of things they can say, but the most common is there's a word emphasis called naman, N-A-M-A-N, naman, naman. Magandang umaga naman. That's normally the answer. So I say to you, magandang umaga, and you say, magandang umaga naman. So let's try that, okay? You got the word naman?
Uh-oh.
Yes, naman.
Naman. Okay.
Naman.
Naman. So I see you in the morning. Oh, magandang umaga. And you say,
Magandang umaga naman.
Magandang umaga naman.
Perfect. Man. Okay. And I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit too slow because, I know you guys have got some for me, but we're going to be like a locomotive, we start slow and then we pick up speed. And now this next thing, and I'm kind of going by the dialogue that this lady said. She said, ¿Cómo está acá? Now, Spanish, of course, it comes from ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? But they don't use it like "How are you?" In Filipino, they take it like "How's it going?" or just a greeting like "Hey, what's up?" or "Kumusta ka?" So it's "Como sta ka?" And "ka" is one of the words for you. There's a few words for you, but this is one of them, and it used treated as one word. Como Kumu, como está ka. So can you guys say como está ka?
¿Cómo está acá?
Kumusta ka?
Perfect, man. You guys' pronunciation is awesome. I can't believe it. I mean, I believe it, but I'd like to take the credit for that. But I have a feeling that you've said these words many times. But anyway, so that's another ritualized dialogue, and the meaning how's it going? And in Tagalog, there's a lot of answers, just like in English. Oh, okay, and not bad, or there's a lot of things you can say. But there's a kind of the formal one that everybody learns, mabuti, mabuti, and that means fine, mabuti. So I saw one video guy messing around. He says, I don't know why they keep talking about my booty. They're talking about their booty, my booty. I'm like, oh man. Now when I say that word, you put that thought in my mind. But my booty. Oh,
That's
God.
one way to remember it, I guess.
Yeah. But also in this word, it starts off with ma. And if you're familiar with grammar, an adjective is a describing word. So words that describe in Tagalog, most of them start with ma. And I'm gonna give you several examples. You don't need to remember them right now. But mainit is hot. Cold is malamig. Big is malaki. So they all start with ma. And so in memorizing these words, you don't really have to remember the first part, ma, because it's going to start with ma. You just remember the so-called root. But okay, now getting back to the como está ka, here and there's class language and there's street language. I want to speak what the people speak, and so here they say, okay, lang means like just, or you probably heard this many times, very common. Okay lang, kumusta ka? Okay lang, ikaw means how about you or you. So the dialogue would be something like, magandang umaga naman. Kumusta ka? Okay lang, ikaw? Okay pa, or mabuti.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's two parts of this dialogue. The greeting, good morning, magandang umaga naman. And then there's how you doing? Kumusta ka? Okay lang. Or mabuti. I'm gonna try not to think of that. Oh man, my booty. Mabuti. Ikaw means and you. Mabuti naman. I'm good. So the naman, you hear it a lot in Tagalog. You don't hear it in Cebuano at all. In Tagalog, it just had emphasis. Hey, I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. So now the next thing, I took years to memorize this "I'm happy to meet you" expression. I've been here 3 years in Cebu, 6 years in Dumaguete. I've never heard anybody use that expression. And so I got a Chinese, well, he's Filipino, he's Chinese, but he's born and raised here. But he's a Tagalog tutor on italki, which is another good source for you. italki, italki.com. They have mentors there. And I said, Wayne, this word, ikinagagalaki tamakilala, it took me forever to remember that. That means I'm glad to meet you. I said, do you ever say that? Is that common? He said, I've lived my whole life here in the Philippines. I've never heard anybody say that.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to save you guys that. And that's what she said. That's what she said in that video. And I said to myself,
Oh.
I'm going to let my students know, don't waste your time. They don't really have an expression, glad to meet you. They don't. I mean, you could use the words, I'm happy, meet you, but if people don't say it, and like I say, I want to say what the people say. And I don't want to say what the people don't say, even if it's correct. Like, just a real quick example. If you're teaching somebody to speak English, you wouldn't teach them to say, "Oh, it is my great pleasure to meet you, sir." It was like, what? This is how we say in English. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. Thank you very much. It is a great pleasure to meet you. Oh, the pleasure is mine. No, we don't talk that way. I mean, come on. So that's what I want to learn in Tagalog. How do people say stuff, even if it's not grammatically correct? Which another good example is in English, what we say, native English speakers, somebody knocks on the door. Who is it? It's me. Grammatically, you're not supposed to say it's me. You're supposed to say it is I. It is I.
Yep.
Who says it is I? Come on.
Unless
I
it's
mean,
a Shakespeare play.
Yeah, possibly.
In England.
In England, yeah. But no, so anyway, that my point is that I want to teach you all how to, you know what the plural of you all is, by the way? All y'all. I learned that from my sister-in-law in
Well,
Georgia.
in Rhode Island, it's actually use guys.
Oh, yeah. Use guys.
In Texas, it's y'all.
Y'all, yeah. Well, in Texas, do you say all y'all or just y'all?
Just y'all.
Ah, okay. All righty.
So I'm not from Texas, but I've just heard a lot of Texans say y'all, but all y'all as well.
Okay. Well, California, you guys.
Oh yeah. I'm actually from Washington D.C. was where I was born. Capitol Hill, 4 blocks from the Capitol, actually.
Really?
Freeman's Hospital. But I lived in Maryland most of my life, and I worked in Maryland and Virginia.
I was stationed at Fort Meade one time for a year.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I used to go to Fort Meade at times.
Did you?
Yes, sir. I was a tractor trailer driver, so I make deliveries everywhere.
Well, I don't know if I want to record this, but my job was we walked across the parking lot to NSA, and that's where we worked.
Yes.
NSA is right there. So
yeah, I know.
That's another story in itself. Have to have a private room for that.
Sorry to interrupt again.
No, that's okay. Anytime you guys want to throw in anything, it's fine because that's here. It's like I say, I just want to have a good time. I want to share my love of languages and my philosophy and learning. Now, I've had a guy before. He said, I want to know where the na comes in. Na is a N-A, Parker. You hear it a lot, and it comes in different. It has different meanings. Normally, it means now or okay. So, like if you're standing in line, like when I go to an ATM, and there's a long line behind me, and like I told you, the word "you" is ikaw. I said, "Ikaw na, it's your turn. You now." So if that's a good situation for that. Ikaw na, your turn now. You now. I don't know how to translate it, but you got the idea. So, but he was more interested. This fellow was more interested in the grammar, and I said, "Well, I said my desire is to learn a language with fluency, and like you were saying, Mark, to be able to put sentences together and talk like that, and talk in a conversation." And I said, "It seems like you're more interested in the grammatical." He said, "Yes, I'm fascinated with grammar." So I said, "Well, I'm not the one to to learn then. I know grammar, but you only pick it up from conversation." And I'll say this too: that in learning languages, there's classroom talk, or there's classroom learning, and then there's street learning.
Yeah.
Now, and different, my Tagalog is definitely street learning. So if I don't know how to say, the word for nose, I'll say, this thing in the front of my face, stick it out there. So I can say that. So I can go dance around any vocabulary I don't know. And later on, maybe the next class, I'll teach you words to learn more language phrases like, how do you say this? And what is this? And, like that. So, I'm going to wrap it up, but I want to take questions or comments that you guys have before we go. And I have a feeling that maybe you didn't learn as much as you wanted to. I'm sorry about that. But
actually, I learned a lot from you, Mr. Brown, sir. I mean, just today, as I said, I've, I guess I've kind of cheated. I've been here for about 2 years, and I'm just kind of, I guess, lazy at times. So that's why I jumped on this opportunity, because I'm really interested in trying to get the conversation in, because I can say word, as they use the term Taglish. I can speak Taglish, but it's just, I don't know how to, I get shy because I live in a building. We have a guard, and the guard, he doesn't speak any English.
Oh, so good for you.
Well, I'm kind of coerced to do what I can, but fortunately, I have a friend that's Philippine that's here too, and they help me a lot.
Okay.
But that's my thing. I want to get the sentences down. I want to converse street, just as you're saying.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I want to hear from you, but I'm going to inject this because an old saying that has encouraged me for years. There's a saying, it's actually from Spanish, but in English it goes, I may have said this in my videos, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So, Mark, he doesn't know any English, but you know some words in Tagalog. So the one-eyed man, you're the king. You know what I'm saying? I
love that analogy, Mr. Brown, sir.
And I say, I may not know everything, but I know something. I'm better than the blind people. I only have one eye.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
Well, I know quite a bit of vocabulary. It's been on and off. I've been going to the Philippines since 1994.
Oh,
every couple of few years. So, like, my wife is Cebuana. We've been married for 18 years.
Wow.
And, good for you.
I know quite a bit, just from exposure and interaction with other Filipinos here. We interact with other Filipinos. But like Mark, I'm not too good at putting it all together. I've had fits and starts trying to learn Tagalog with different programs. But it doesn't gel so much because I don't have an immersion experience on a regular basis to let it adhere, and I know that's what it takes. When I was in the Army, I lived in Germany. I learned German on my own using a Berlitz book and a couple of cassettes, and I would go interact with people, at the Bahnhof and everywhere else, and just kind of go out, and I would actually speak with people and kind of have, like you said, those street conversations.
Yeah.
And so I can really appreciate those comments from my personal experience.
Okay.
And language, and just learning language. French was the first language I spoke, without getting into that story. But my family's from Quebec.
Okay.
And so I really have an appreciation for the street language as opposed to the book language.
Right. Yeah.
Like when I went to school and took French, it was very different from at home. Kind of experience that I had, because we would use more, slang or daily language rather than formalized, expressions or whatever, like you were saying.
How long were you in Quebec?
Quebec, I've been going back and forth every few years. My family's from there, but I was stationed in Germany for 4 years. And so I, had exposure to learn German
But
like you was, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm fascinated by the first language. So in your house, when you were a little boy, they were speaking French or both English
Yes.
and English
Yeah,
and
my
French?
mother, my grandparents were immigrated, and so they naturalized, and we spoke French. I didn't learn English till I was like 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I have just a little story for just a minute.
Go ahead.
I went, my first friend that I had on the block, I remember crossing the street. He lived across the street. I was old enough, back then it was a little different than it is today.
Yeah.
People were
Yeah.
looser. And he was playing in the yard, and I went to see him, and I tried to make a friend, but it was all in French, and I freaked him out, and he went running to his
Oh,
mother. Yeah, it was somewhat an ethnic, a French Canadian ethnic neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
It was,
oh,
so people spoke English, but some of the parents or grandparents, they
yeah,
understood French and they could speak French, but
yeah. Okay.
that was just part of the reason why my family moved there. But I did, French was my first language, but now I think in English.
Yeah, right,
It
right.
happens over time,
Somebody asked me one time, what language do you dream in? And my answer is, it depends on who I'm talking to.
I had one like that too, Mr. Brown, sir, and that was, what language do you laugh in?
Good one. Well, I wanted to, Mike, you reminded me of a fellow that told me one time he didn't know, he only knew one word in Spanish. I mean, one phrase. And that was because when he was a kid, he would play. And the phrase was, dame la pelota. It means, give me the ball. So, it was a practical phrase. He learned it, right. And then they responded.
Yeah.
And actually, and his pronunciation, he was an old man, but his pronunciation was pretty good, I thought, oh, wow. So, we learn mostly what's probably more urgent to us. And like what we'll be learning next time if you guys show up again.
I'll be here.
Okay. Things like, how much is this? Because when you go to the store, and you don't have to worry about them overwhelming you with the language. I mean, they know, you just know, a little bit, and they're very kind about that. So you'll learn how much is this, and you may know the numbers already, but numbers are really important too. But anyway, I'm going to cut it off now. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know, time zones are, but here where I'm at and where Mark's at too, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We went from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So, Mike, how's your schedule on this?
Oh, it's okay. This is 8 p.m. on Saturday night for me. That's okay.
I've got cutting into your party time Saturday night.
I had a big day today. I have an 11-year-old son. He's with his friends. They're on the other side of the house.
Oh, okay.
My wife. So.
Mike,
actually, this was a break.
I was just going to say, Mike, may I say that I'm very impressed with your background. And, it's really something to, just as Mr. Brown, you guys, I mean, you all are awesome. I mean, because I've always been interested in languages myself, but I just don't have the retaining power that I want. I do have the retaining power, but it's not the one that I want. Because to lay it out so that, you understand, I can sing 5 songs in Tagalog. I have no idea what they mean. Just roughly.
Yeah.
I know.
But, yeah.
Also, I take on challenges at times, and I'm pretty interested in that. If someone challenges me on something. So I had a friend once that used to call me at work. They were Filipino when I was in the States, and they said, when you're calling me, sometimes the people around, I don't want them to hear, what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I said, tell me how to say, I can't talk to you right now because people are listening. So I learned that and I remembered that. But that's all I, but there it's very quickly, it's Mike Taurito, hindi ako makapagsalita. Mamaya.
Oh, perfect! Sakto! All right.
Naintindihan mo?
Naintindi ko. I understand. Perfect.
Oh, sige.
Perfect. Mamaya, that's later. Even if you just know that one word, that's a good practical word. Like
Yes.
your wife is bothering you. Mamaya na. Later. You
Opo,
know?
opo.
Like my wife just now stuck her head in. Mamaya na.
Talaga?
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Here's my overall plan. Because I didn't know exactly how it was gonna work, I said to myself, I'm gonna give 3 classes and we'll see how it goes. So this one, and then same time for the next 2 weeks, same time, same day, and then I'll reassess, you know, if everybody's still happy. And you know, if I don't have other things to do too. But I enjoy this very much. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy meeting you in general, and then I enjoy, you know, teaching too. And so
I appreciate all that you've done for me today, Mr. Brown.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank
And
you.
I look forward to coming to
Appreciate
Dumaguete to visit and see you and your wonderful wife, Gloria.
I'll be here.
And I'm a subscriber and I'm staying on there with you. I wait for your videos all the time.
Oh.
You and Blue Boy's trip to coffee.
So Mike, are you going to be coming to the Philippines when you can, or what?
Yeah, you know, of course, you know how it's awkward right now.
Yeah.
But we had a plan to go. My sister-in-law, the youngest, the last one really, she just got married, and we missed the wedding. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be sponsors and
Congratulations.
all that. You
Yeah.
know, but unfortunately, that's the way it went.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, we were supposed to be there this year, and unfortunately, we couldn't make it. But next year, I probably, the way it's looking now, just to be sure where things are at. You know?
Yeah. Well, I can see that unless I cut us off, and I mean it this time, you know, we can keep going because we have too many interesting things to say. All right, y'all.
One quick question, Mr. Brown. One quick question.
Sure.
I saw you were doing Swahili.
Yeah. Swahili.
Winnie Muramba sana.
Oh, I don't know what you said, but it sounded Swahili. Tell me,
Good
where is you?
Good morning.
Right? Good morning.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Good morning is Abay Amuchana.
Okay. Bye.
And then Winnie Muramba sana is what you say to Ate Glo.
Oh, I love
She's
you.
very
Huh?
beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, very good. I'm learning. Awesome.
Me too. Sorry po.
Walang problema. Walang problema.
Sige po.
Okay,
Sige po,
sige.
kuya.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay.
Okay.